When Joe Biden takes that oath of office tomorrow, one of his greatest challenges will be trying to unite a country that is bitterly divided.
A recent Georgetown University survey, however, suggests there is some reason for optimism. CBS 4's Jim DeFede continues our team coverage now. And Jim, one of the questions this survey asked was whether or not Biden could restore a sense of civility.
Indeed, civility, wouldn't it be nice? So let's start with sort of understanding the problem, because this poll by Georgetown University was quite interesting. It was taken in the days just before the insurrection and the days just following the insurrection. And let me just quote you a couple of numbers. So if we look at this first screen, 82% agree that racial, political, and class divisions are getting worse in this country. So on that score, almost everyone is in agreement that the country is headed in the wrong direction in that regard. But here's where the optimism comes in to some extent. 56% believe Joe Biden will be at least somewhat successful restoring civility. 56%. And then if you sort of think about the issue of whether or not they can come together, Democrats, Republicans, Joe Biden along with Congress, to get things done, 63% believe Biden and Congress will be at least somewhat successful at working together. Now, one of the things I'll note is that the survey said that 92% would like to see that happen, but only 63% are at least somewhat optimistic that it will happen. Now, I had a chance earlier today to speak with Mo Elleithee. He's the executive director of the Georgetown Institute, which conducted this poll. And here's a little bit about what he had to say about the findings.
People believe that right now it's as bad as it's ever been, and understandably so. 4 years of a hyper-polarized political environment, an increasingly polarized news environment. They saw just in the past 6-7 months, violence in the streets from last summer and violence at the Capitol from a couple of weeks ago. People believe that we are as polarized as we've ever been. But when you ask them, where do we think we will be a year from now? They're optimistic. Maybe it's hopeful, right? But they believe that it will get better. And I think that's something that's a good starting point for us.
So, Elliot and Lauren, as you can sort of see, I want to point out one other aspect of this poll which I found really interesting, and it sort of talks about our responsibility as voters, as people who are regular citizens. You know, they surveyed, again, Americans asking these sorts of questions. 88% said that the compromise and common ground should be something that the government and political leaders should work towards. Yet at the same time, 87% said that they want their political leaders not to compromise and to stand up for their rights and to fight the other side. So apparently compromise only works when the other guy does it. You know, and I think that's true as far as Democrats view Republicans and Republicans view Democrats. So it's a lesson for us as well. When you give those mixed messages to our political leaders, they don't know what to do either.
Well, that seems to be the opposite of what compromise is all about, right? Jim, how difficult will it be to strike the right tone going forward?
I think this is a real challenge. I would have to sort of say the inaugural address that he'll give tomorrow is sort of, we haven't seen times like this since, I would say, the late 60s, early 70s. You know, I think that in some ways, Joe Biden, for a lot of Democrats, was not the most exciting candidate. He was not the most dynamic candidate. They may not necessarily have agreed with many of his policies, but they believe that he was the right person at this time because of his empathetic feelings and because of his ability to sort of strike that tone. That'll be put to the test tomorrow and in days and weeks and months to come.
All right, Jim DeFede, thank you so much for your insight. We'll talk to you soon.